Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing your weekly horoscopes for the week of October 7th through the 13th, 2019. If you'd like to book a private reading, you can visit my website. It's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. And also follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Psychic Medium Ray. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, as well as the notification bell icon, so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I publish. That being said and done, let's get into Aries. Aries, this week for you, Aries, it's all about clearing space. A lot of you are maybe still dealing with the aftershocks or dealing with some thoughts that may not be on a higher vibration right now. You may be feeling all kinds of ways this week. And so Spirit is saying for you to kind of cleanse your space, to do some clearing, whether this is like cutting cords, this is the process of healing something that is damaged within yourself. But basically, you're going to find that this week encourages you to find resolutions. The natural demeanor or the natural way of thinking of some Aries is that if you are, somebody is challenging you, you need to defend yourself and you need to stand very tall and proud, because again, you are the sign of warriors and war, etc. But Spirit is telling you this week to take a different approach. Basically is to walk away from any conflict. You don't need to engage in anything like that. If again, you are going to be encountering that, this is not going to necessarily appeal. This is not necessarily going to resonate for every single Aries out there, because every Aries is going through something different. But if you find yourself kind of finding some challenges this week, again, just keep an eye out and kind of walk away from it. The universe is also telling you that you just have to ask for help and guidance. A lot of you are so independent, don't really want to ask, the higher power or angels, your spiritual guidance team for insight, for assistance. And Spirit is basically saying you don't have to tackle this alone, and know that you do have support, a good support system. So this is the horoscope for the sign of Aries for this week. I hope that you enjoy your week. Again, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please hit the red subscribe button as well as the notification bell icon, so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I publish on this channel. And also go ahead and hit the like button, so that way more people can see this video. Blessings and love and light, Aries. Have an amazing, amazing week. Taurus, this week for you, Taurus, it's all about you recognizing your self-worth. You are coming to a point in your life right now where you're trying to understand yourself better. And in the process of doing so, you're going to find that you have time to regain your self-worth. Basically, there's a part of you that may have felt objectified by someone, or you've been treated in a way that you never really have loved yourself completely, because people, sometimes can be cruel and say, oh, you're too fat, you're too short, you're too this, and then you start taking upon those characteristics and it starts being programmed in your brain. And so this week is all about removing those patterns and those thought processes and clearing them out, and really embracing yourself and loving yourself unconditionally. So this week, if you feel inclined to, buy a new crystal or a pendant for yourself, or to treat yourself to, a tarot reading or a psychic reading, do it. If you're, if you feel inclined to go and get a new hairstyle, do it. Spirit is also telling you that there is someone that is not being entirely honest with you, and you're very intuitive, and you may know this, and you may be feeling it on a very deep level. Spirit is saying for you to trust your feelings over what other people say. Words are cheap. Action is worth a lot. So it's like, if people are just telling you something, they may be telling you what they think that you will believe. And Spirit is saying for you to kind of keep an awareness that not everything that you listen to or you hear from someone may be the honest truth. A part of you also may be finding that you're struggling, even though you're very positive and confident, especially if things haven't been going your way in the last couple of weeks, or things have been going the opposite direction. A lot of you are starting to criticize yourself, like self-criticism, and you're diminishing your sense of self-worth. And even if you feel like you're not doing this, on some level, on a subconscious level, you may be doing this. And Spirit wants you to realize that, you are worthy, you are beautiful, you are powerful. And basically saying positive affirmations can help you. And also surrounding yourself with your soul family, with those souls, that get you completely, and they never judge you, based on your looks, etc. So you are encouraged to kind of spend quality time with some friends or family members that love you unconditionally, but also be sure that you are taking care of yourself as well. So this is your horoscope for the sign of Taurus for this week. I want to thank you so much for listening. If you did like this video, please hit the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, as well as the notification bell icon, so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I publish on this channel. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing, amazing week to all my Taurians. Gemini, this week for you, Gemini, it's all about you embracing a new chapter in your life. A lot of us Geminis are going to be doing a lot of new things this month of October. The fall is typically a very favorite time for most Geminis, not everyone again. But for the most part, there's a lot of new life, a lot of new ideas. Your creativity is at its peak this month, and you're feeling very resilient. It's like you're coming out of your shell and going through a reemergence or a new rebirth in some ways. Even though you may have gone through spiritual ascensions, spiritual awakenings, this is like a new era for you, Gemini, especially this week. Spirit is also telling you that you may be a little tense. Some of us Geminis this week, the energy is going to be intense. Maybe you have anxiety about traveling. Maybe you have anxiety about, meeting up with someone that you haven't seen in forever, or you've never met in person. Maybe you have some anxiety about an outcome or some results that you're waiting to hear about, waiting to get some kind of feedback. Basically, Spirit is saying for you to let go of all those desired outcomes, because when you do and you surrender to Spirit, basically Spirit is allowing you to feel more whole as a person and be more connected to the universe. But not only that, but blessings can pour in faster for you when you let go of the desired outcome that you have, because ultimately the higher powers ultimate outcome may be different than what your outcome that you would have wanted. And so that's what Spirit is saying, for you to stop resisting or not going with the flow and letting things flow naturally. At the same time, Spirit is saying for you to kind of don't forget to take pleasure in everything that you do, because some of us may be perfectionists. We want things to be in a certain way, but sometimes when things are messy or not organized, things are better because you're being your authentic self. And so Spirit is wanting you as a Gemini to remember that you don't have to control everything. Not everything has to be perfect in the sense that everything has to be structured on a schedule. Sometimes when you deviate away from that, you may surprise yourself, and you may be surprised that things actually are more fun. And try to live in the moment. Don't be thinking too much out about the future, etc. Enjoy this week wherever you are, and don't think about anything too much or overanalyze. That is the main focal point for Geminis this week. So I want to thank all of my Geminis for listening to this horoscope. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to hit the red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, as well as the notification bell icon, so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I do publish. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing, amazing week, all of my Geminis. Cancer, this week for you, Cancer, it's all about you re-emerging, like you coming out of your cocoon. You're that butterfly that's going through the metamorphosis and really spreading your wings. A lot of you for the last couple of weeks have been more secluded. You've been more to yourself. You haven't really been very encouraged to get out of your shell or get out of your home space. You've been almost like the hermit. And this week, it's quite different. The energy is like, you're emerging, and you're finally realizing it's okay to be you in all your flaws and all your imperfections. You are actually perfect the way that you are. And a lot of you are seeing this. There's also a very sultry and seductive side this week for a lot of you Cancerians. Right now, you're going to be noticing that you're going to find that you find indulgence in everything that you like from, maybe your your love life is going to be very passionate, very spicy, very sexy. You may find that you have a partner that is coming to you and maybe, taking you an impromptu trip or an impromptu picnic or lunch. Basically, there's a lot of focus around your love life this week and your partnership, and you feel very blessed and very grateful. And this is something that a lot of people struggle with. So you should be very proud of yourself if you give thanks every day just for waking up and breathing and, acknowledging that you are blessed to be here on earth. That is a privilege, because a lot of people, don't really take the minor things or the things that are really major things, but really we consider them kind of minor in the whole scheme of life, as appreciative of it. And you are taking a lot of you're being very appreciative of all your blessings this week in particular. And I feel like those of you that would be that this horoscope would apply to, that are Cancerians and in a very new relationship that is blossoming, I feel like this may be a soulmate union for some of you. For some of you, it may be a twin flame union. But what is very outstanding is that I feel like the Holy Spirit, I feel like the higher power, whatever you want to call it, the divine being, is divinely orchestrating all of this in your life right now. It's almost like validation that you are not alone, and you're not meant to be alone. And for those of you that are Cancerians listening to this that are alone right now, I feel like things are going to change, but you realize that things are changing. You're going to have to open yourself up to someone else in your life. And it's very exciting. It can be scary, but it's going to be very good and exciting for you in the long term. So this is a horoscope for my Cancerians. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And don't forget to hit the red subscribe button. Subscribe to this channel. Hit the red subscribe button as well as the notification bell icon, so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I publish. Blessings and love and light, my Cancerians. Have an amazing day or night wherever you are in the world. Leo, my Leos out there. Right now, you're kind of... really this week, you are going to find that you are kind of channeling the goddess energy. There's a higher or sacred power, and a lot of you are being in tune with that divine feminine of your aspect of yourself. Even if you're a man or you're a woman, it doesn't matter. The sacredness of your duality of the divine masculine and the divine feminine are going to be very balanced for you, Leo, this week. You're being encouraged to kind of take a leading role right now in your life, meaning that you take the ownership, meaning that you are trying to be that, chivalrous type of person. If you're a guy, and if you're a female, that you're trying to take on more responsibility as a leader, as a go-getter. You're not someone that's just going to stand still and stand by and watch people, do their own things. No, you're going to be that person that really stands in their power and takes action. And it's through this strength that you're kind of inspiring other people. I don't know that if you really realize, Leo, how inspirational you are and how amazing you are as a person and how big your heart is and how genuine you are. I think a lot of times you downplay a lot of this as a Leo. A lot of you downplay that. And so this week in particular, I feel like it is all about you realizing that you need to stand up for what you believe in. It doesn't matter if other people don't see the things the way that you do. There's a reason that you see it that way. It's your life experiences that have brought you to this point of thinking and being, and it's also your struggles and your blessings as well. It's like you know how to read people, and you kind of know what they are expecting or not expecting, but again, you're very complacent at times. And so Spirit is saying, for now it's okay for you to really reclaim your power and stand in that power, because it's sexy, it is very attractive, it's so just it's breathtaking when you get to see someone that is very passionate, that is being, just very, assertive and not indecisive. When you're assertive, you kind of emanate some kind of, very attractive pheromones to other people. So you're going to be noticing that you are going to be the spotlight. You're going to be the eye candy or soul food to a lot of people, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It just means that you're either beautiful or you're handsome wherever you are, and that people will be, drawn to your energy. You also are kind of now realizing that your dreams and things are really coming to fruition. A lot of your dreams that you had and expectations that you had from people or situations, it's idly it's idly, kind of going away. That's like gone. And now you're rewriting your future, your present and your future, I should say. And again, there's nothing that you cannot master or you can achieve if you really set your mind to it, Leo. But it's a perfect week for you to get a lot of things done, to kind of have, some catching up with, emails or, text messages, or you even messaging a person that you haven't messaged in a while. And it's going to be very good and refreshing for you. So this is a horoscope for all of my lovely Leos out there. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. You can hit that red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, as well as a notification bell icon, and you'll be notified of any future videos that I do publish. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing day or night wherever you are in the world. Virgo, this week for you, Virgo, it's all about healing anything, that has been bothering you. A lot of you, I'm not a doctor, like I said, I can't diagnose people, but a lot of you that may be listening to this and that are Virgos may be going through some health issues. It doesn't matter, the magnitude or the scope of your health issues. It could be just back pain that you're dealing with, or chronic fatigue syndrome, PTSD. It could be a migraine. It may be cancer. Whatever the situation that you're going through, whatever the ailment is, Spirit is saying this is a week of healing. This is a week of positive energy and transforming your life from the inside out. Whether it's listening to binaural beats, whether it is listening to sound bowl therapy, like sound bowl therapy, whether it is listening to Tibetan sounds or frequencies like 936 megahertz, whether it is you going for a brisk walk in the early morning hours, going for a jog later in the day, going to the gym. You kind of get the drift here. Basically, you are going to do some healing. This is going to be a spiritual week for a lot of you, almost like a spiritual sabbatical in some cases. This may not apply to all my Virgos out there, but for some of you it may. This is also a time for you to clear out. You've been having some confusion maybe about, your love life, even your career, and feeling kind of stagnated, like you're almost like having brain fog. Like you try to function every day, but for some reason, some days you can't. And maybe you feel like you're stuck. You don't know where to even begin. And Spirit is saying that basically your time of waiting and all that confusion is over with. You're going to get some downloads of information from the universe this week. You're going to find that you're more motivated. Maybe seeing someone else and what they do inspires you to kind of, go in that same direction. But basically, a new chapter in your life is around the corner. And what you need to do is remove the fear, because I think, when I'm tuning into you, that a lot of you are very fearful, even though you're very brave, in your everyday decisions, and maybe, you don't fear necessarily like failing at life, but there is a fear of change. And I think that's something that's common with everyone, no matter what sign you are or how strong you are. Sometimes, we get anxiety or we develop some fear, and it's real and it's nothing to be ashamed of. But that's our shadow self. That's the shadow work that we need to work on. When I, mention shadow work, a lot of people are the shadow side of ourselves. People don't understand what I'm referring to. That is our comprised of our own personality and vibration. It is our consciousness. We have, a light side and we have a dark side or a shadow side. The shadow side deals more with our worries, with our fears, the things that are more on the subconscious level. And so when things haven't manifested, sometimes we are just very worried. We developing panic attacks or panic disorders, maybe even depressed. And so this is what you have to work on, releasing all of that and trusting the universe. Just like, every day that you go to work, you don't know if they're going to fire you. You don't know if that's going to be your last day there at work. But you still keep going to work, even though you may not know that, because you have faith that you are going to continue to be employed. You're going to continue to have a job. That they need you there, And so that's the same kind of faith that you need to kind of practice and adopt in your everyday life, to the things that have not yet manifested, to the things that are yet to occur. Basically, Spirit is saying for you to have faith and have that same kind of faith and remove the fear. When we have faith, fear has no place there. It has no energy signature. Basically, it's null, void, and canceled, and that's what we want. So this week, kind of remember to focus on that, and you're gonna, find yourself kind of growing by leaps and bounds. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this, Virgo, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so by hitting the red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, as well as the notification bell icon. And don't forget that if you would like to get a psychic reading with me, you can go to my website. It's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing week wherever you are in the world. Libra, this week for you, Libra, it is about supporting others and yourself. The universe has heard your prayers. Your ancestors have heard your prayers. So those of you that are Libras right now and you're going through some radical changes or some huge changes in your life, maybe like finding a new place to live, maybe it's new work that you want to, get into, or even going back to school. Spirit is saying that basically you need to step outside of your mind. Trust the universe. This is about a week of trust, just like I mentioned in the Virgo horoscope. For a lot of Virgos, the same thing applies to Libra. Even though you may not see the things manifesting the way that you want, know that the universe is working on your side and it's bringing you these blessings, and you have support from friends, family, people that care about you. You don't have to shoulder anything by yourself or feel like you can't open up to other people. Spirit is also saying that there is some kind of, idea that you have that is really going to spark your creativity, your imagination. And it's coming, you're receiving a lot of downloads of information this week in particular. So it's going to help you with your career, your business moves, anything that you have planned in the future to kind of maybe generate some secondary income, or more income, supplemental income in some way. This is what you are doing. And Spirit is also reminding you that if somebody has done you something wrong this week, or has done something wrong in the last couple of weeks to you, that all of this, the way that you saw it in the beginning, some of you may have saw it, as Libras, y'all can be a little feisty at times, and there's nothing wrong with that. But maybe somebody did you something wrong and you didn't understand it. You were very upset and very angry about it, and you just felt like this is just a negative thing that happened to you, and that you don't understand why the universe allowed it to. And so it's kind of hard, we all go through that at some point. But Spirit is basically saying that what you deemed as something being injustice, or something that being, that shouldn't have happened to you, it's actually a blessing in disguise. Sometimes the most painful things that happen to us are blessings in disguises, because when we go through something so awful or traumatic, it changes us forever, and it also opens up new doors for us. And some of us will hold on to some fear that everything's going to be the same, or everyone's going to be the same. But Spirit is basically saying that that's not the case, and you don't need to think like that. You need to think very positively, especially now in your life, because you are at a point where you're going to start reaping a lot of your blessings. Things are coming to full circle with you, but you have to stay very positive and realize that when one door closes or several doors close, there are going to be new opportunities, new doors that open, and it's in divine timing. But you need to have that trust established with the universe, with the higher power, because when you do so, it will accelerate a lot of your blessings. And so it's almost like you are looking into murky water and you can't see through it but you know, or you think that there could be something on the other side of that. Maybe there's some coins on the other side. And that's what Spirit is saying. Even though you may not see something right now, you know, vision is very muddled. You know, the future looks kind of grim or bleak. It's not going to last. It's going to get better. Everything, you know, changes. And the winds of change are already upon all of my Librans out there that are listening to this. So have faith, continue, you know, strength, and be strong, because you are a badass, phenomenal person. So I want to thank you all, my Librans, for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, as well as the notification bell icon, so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I do publish on this channel. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing, amazing week wherever you are in the world. Scorpio, for my Scorpios out there, basically Spirit is saying what you perceive to be your dark side actually holds hidden treasure. I think a lot of people, when we talk about our shadow self or shadow work that we have to do, people think that darkness is equivalent to evil, and it's not the case. People can be dark in nature. We all have a light side and a dark side. Where no one is perfect. We all have darker thoughts, darker feelings, anger, vibration of fear. These are the things that are not necessarily bad, but on the long term, you don't want to stay in that vibration. And so right now you may be kind of judging yourself, or judging maybe the way that you react to certain people. Maybe you always are very, you know, strong opinionated, and some of this can come off as being maybe like rude, or being a, you know, a B apostrophe ITCH, you know what I mean? And that's not the case, you know. I feel like, you know, Scorpios are very strong natured. I am, you know, I am a child of a Scorpio. So, basically Scorpios are phenomenal. They're very, mysterious, very strong, and very independent. And they have this survival, you know, above all the other, zodiac signs, you know, that they have this innate survival. And I feel like that's what Spirit is having you do. Like, a lot of you Scorpios out there may be just going through the motions right now and going through some difficult times, and you're judging yourself, or you may have that, you know, that snippet that we all have, you know, that replays in the back of our mind. We're like, could I have done something different? And maybe I'm the one responsible. Maybe it's the way I am, and the way that I say things. People just can't handle the truth. Sometimes people can't handle my abrasiveness. And basically Spirit is saying that you're not really the cause of someone else's drama or trauma, or their damage. You know, whatever they're going through, that's on them. That's their lesson. You don't need to take ownership or responsibility at this time. And those things that you need to work on, we all are all a masterpiece, and we're all working on it. So don't be too hard on yourself, Scorpio. Something shifts about midweek, and you feel like, you know, you're coming out of this funk, and it's going to be very happy. Like, 'cause I feel like a lot of you are going to be more happier this week, and you're going to be laughing and be in the life of the party. You know, people are just going to be, even at your work, like very, you know, interested in what you have to say. It's like when you speak, people will listen, and they will listen to you because they know that there's a lot of truth, and a lot of wisdom, and a lot of happiness this week in particular. Spirit is also saying for you to basically use a lot of your skills. This could be more on the spiritual side, things to heal yourself, like Reiki practices, or envisioning yourself in a protective bubble. Spirit is saying for you or maybe you have intuitive gifts like mediumship abilities or psychic abilities that you're kind of like not really comfortable sharing or tapping into. But Spirit is saying for you this week to start applying what you already know. Basically, trust your intuition. You're going to have revelations this week for a lot of you Scorpios out there. And you need to pay attention to what is being given to you, because that's going to answer a lot of your questions that you have that are very outstanding. Above all, pay attention to what people say to you and how they make you feel. You don't have to tolerate anyone that makes you feel less of a person, or that makes you feel just not appreciated or worthy. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, to go ahead and hit that red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, as well as the notification bell icon, so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I publish on this channel. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing, amazing week wherever you are in the world. All right, for my Sagittarians, I hope y'all are all doing fantastic. This week for you, Sagittarius, it's going to be a week in which something that no longer serves you is about to come to an end. There's a finality. There's something in your life that has been bothering you. Maybe, your job, is no longer making you happy. Maybe it's your family or you're somebody in your family that is making you feel very judged, very not worthy, or feeling ugly in some kind of way. And it's only, it's them kind of putting out their own perceptions and their own damage. Basically, their unhealed portion makes them lash out to you in this manner. Again, this may not apply to every single Sagittarian listening to this horoscope, but that is what Spirit is saying this week for a lot of you out there. Spirit is also saying that this is a time to speak your truth and express yourself clearly. You don't have to, beat around the bush or kind of like watch your words or what you say. Say what's on your heart. Speak what's on your mind and your heart, and be truthful, even if it comes out like you feel like you are the worst person for sharing what you had to share. Sometimes when you don't say what's on your mind, people will never know. And not only that, but they may think that the complete opposite of the situation of what you want them to understand. So you need to be very honest with yourself, as well as very expressive this week. Also, a part of you is tapping into your inner artistic side. A lot of you are going to find some healing, or going to want to kind of create things this week in particular. So it's a very positive time to be you, Sagittarius. Try to enjoy the moment. Try to, go on a trip, go to the zoo, do something that you could find, like something that you typically wouldn't do or normally wouldn't do, but now find some joy or intrigued by it. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. If you did like this video, please hit the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not yet subscribed, by hitting that red subscribe button, as well as the notification bell icon, so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I publish on this channel. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing day or night wherever you are in the world. Capricorn, this week for you, Capricorn, it's all about your love and you taking some time to how you value yourself, and issues with self-love. A lot of you are very confident. A lot of you are very focused about those coins and making that money. But at the same time, are you really taking care of yourself? Are you putting yourself first? Or are you constantly finding that you're putting others before yourself and worried about other people? You need to kind of balance it all out. It's okay to care about other people and think about them first, but this week in particular, you need to dedicate at least one day to yourself, because otherwise I feel like the energy is for Capricorns is that if you're a Capricorn, you're going to be very burned out, very irritable. You're going to find that you're not motivated and may not even want to go and function during, the day, like during the week. You may not want to go to work. You may not want to do this or that. And so this is not a good energy for you to, be holding on to. So be sure to, again, love yourself unconditionally and take care of yourself. This is also a time in which you're going to be finding that you're going to be going through some kind of awakening. It's like something around your love life, something around your exploration, something about your creativity. You're exploring more about your inner depth of who you are, your persona, your desires, your dreams. All of this is being kind of not questioned, but really analyzed on a deeper level. And it can drive some of you kind of crazy, because a lot of you are still going to be left kind of confused. So Spirit is saying, kind of tap into that and don't focus too much on it, but rather, tap into it, sit with it, and don't make any hasty decisions right now, because your mind could be going all over the place. basically you are on a path, a sacred path, and Spirit is saying is for you to basically trust your intuition when it comes to day-to-day people. If you feel something odd about someone, at a distance, or a friend, or a work associate, and keep them at a distance, and follow your intuition. If you have doubts about someone, why go and try to hang out with them or spend time with them? You want to kind of draw away from that to protect your inner space, your energy, and it's not affected. So that's a horoscope for my Capricorns out there. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already by hitting that red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, as well as the notification bell icon. And you'll be notified, like I said, of any future videos that I do publish. So I want to thank you so much. Have an amazing week ahead for all of my Capricorns. Blessings and love and light. All right, Aquarius. This week for Aquarius, there's a lot of healing going through. Some of you are dealing with some sadness, maybe some depression that people, on the outside world may not be seeing. But when it comes to you and being alone or being by yourself, being in your home space, a lot of you reflect back on a lot of things that have happened in your life. And even though you have maybe a big social circle of people, in the inner depths of your mind, a lot of you feel alone. You don't feel necessarily understood on a very spiritual level. So you're going to be going through some reflections. You're going to be seeing things, aspects and qualities of yourself and others. And it's almost like you're staring at your twin flame or your doppelganger, as some people would say. But in all seriousness, basically a lot of you are going through some self-reflection. And it's like when you see someone else, maybe it's a friend that you're communicating with, you see a lot of yourself in them, or you see like some of the things that they've gone through, you're going through now. And it is like a mirror that you would be kind of tuning into, and it may be a reason why you're going through it now. Maybe this person can help you, vice versa. Maybe somebody else is going through something similar to what you've gone through, and you can help them. But a lot of your spiritual side is going to find spiritual healing this week. It's like all the things that you've been needing to be healed, even if it's like your physical body and there's like a physical health condition that you've been going back and forth with, you're going to find that there is some healing and there's some good positive energy restored. But basically you need to know to set boundaries, because a lot of you are people pleasers. And I don't mean that in a bad way for Aquarius, but sometimes you can be a people pleaser and wanting to, just do what and say what you want to do without taking any, consideration of yourself. And so it's kind of hard for you to say no. And Spirit is reminding you to say no, and you don't have to say yes all the time. Most people that don't get you will want you to say yes or agree to everything. So if you don't feel motivated, like meeting up with a group of friends, doing something, don't do it. Say no. That's the big message here for Aquarius for this week. So I want to thank all of my Aquarians for tuning in and listening to this horoscope. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to hit the subscribe button, the red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, and also hit the notification bell icon so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I do publish. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing week ahead for all of my Aquarians. Pisces, this week for you Pisces, it's all about you communicating. You want to communicate clearly. Don't be afraid to tell it like it is. Basically, Spirit is wanting you to do that. Some of you also may have put on some pounds. You may have gone through some weight gain. And a lot of you are very subconscious about that. You're very much a health nut for some of you. It's not every Pisces. Again, this is not going to apply to everyone. But a lot of you may be reevaluating your diet, going through some kind of nutrition changes, to kind of get into a better shape. Basically, Spirit is asking you to pay attention to what you put in your body, what you're eating and drinking, and because on a deep level, a lot of you intuitively know what's good for you, what isn't. And so if you need to indulge, or look at it at a different level, you can do that this week. Basically, you can have a cheat day, or whenever you feel that it's necessary. A lot of you are also needing to protect yourself psychically. You're very open this week to psychic attacks, maybe to someone psychically tapping in, or doing a psychic attack against you. So a lot of you need to find and develop and fine tune your protection, for yourself. Like, are you using any kind of protective crystals like black tourmaline, obsidian? Are you saging yourself? Are you kind of meditating, and tapping into your third eye and your higher self? But you need to realize that no one can really harm you. There is a lot of Saint Germain also, for some odd reason, coming in through this reading for Pisces this week. And I see a lot of the purple flames, the violet flames of Saint Germain. And really, he is one of the ascended masters. And so I feel like a lot of you may want to do some research on Saint Germain and know that he is working with a lot of Pisces right now for some reason. That is what I'm getting from Spirit and from him. And so he is one of my ascended masters that I work with as well. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. If you did like this horoscope, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you have not yet to subscribe to my channel, hit the red subscribe button as well as a notification bell icon, so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I publish on this channel. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing, amazing week wherever you are in the world.